Hey everyone, welcome to Xbox On. Now recently, titles like Gears of War 4 have given us a good look at the game and even the chance to play some of it already, but others are keeping back some surprises for us. So with E3 just around the corner, we thought we'd shout out some of the games we're hoping to hear more about very soon.
One of the most hyped up games when it was first revealed at E3 back in 2013, Titanfall got everyone buzzing for a brand new fast-paced FPS with a team that was involved in creating one of the best FPSs of all time in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And only a couple weeks ago we got to see a short teaser trailer for Titanfall 2. Now, there's a load of reasons I'm excited to see more in Titanfall 2 at E3. First of all, what did they learn from the original Titanfall that's going to help make this game even better? Also, it's such an awesome concept, the ability to fight as an on-the-ground soldier with that really smooth combat system to fighting with a Titan and having that mech combat, which brings a really nice balance to the game. Fingers crossed we get to have some hands-on or see some actual gameplay, but it's not long to go.
Back in January, I named ReCore as one of my games I'm most excited for, and this is still the case. Last year's trailer showed us that ReCore will take us to a hostile world where we'll play one of the last humans in existence. That might not sound very cheery, but have no fear, as you'll have robot companions to keep you company. The trailer showed a cute doggy robot which blew itself up to save you, but the player was then able to pick up its blue core and put it inside another robot they just discovered nearby. They ReCored it. ReCore. Do you see what they did there? This year I want to know a little bit more about the story we'll see and what we'll get up to in this barren world. I also want to find out if the main character is a Star Wars fan, because I'm getting a real Rey and BB-8 vibe from these two and I love it.
From what we've seen already, this game is going to be fresh and exciting. With no real AAA title exploring the World War I era before, you'll even be able to ride horses in an FPS. Like, come on, who hasn't ever wanted to be involved in a cavalry charge? In the trailer, we saw everything we've come to expect from a Battlefield game: air combat, vehicle combat, and boots on the ground. But what I can't wait to see more of, hopefully at E3, is actual multiplayer gameplay. How is a windmill getting destroyed by a plane crashing into it going to look when you're close by? How are the new vehicles going to work? And most importantly of all, what's it going to be like to ride the horse? One thing I do know Battlefield and DICE have always been amazing at is balancing a game, and I can't wait to see more.
Everybody switch games, we're playing superheroes now!
This E3 you can say to your friends, "Screw you guys, I'm going home," to find out more about the new South Park game. What do you mean that joke was a stretch? That was gold. As a long-time fan of Trey Parker and Matt Stone's work, and seeing how well the Stick of Truth went, I'll be looking forward to finding out more about the new South Park game. And it sounds like it'll be epic, with the mysterious title, The Fractured But Whole. Oh, wait. Oh, I see what you did there, guys. Very funny, very mature. I totally giggled at it when I first read it, like the mature person that I am. In the trailer we saw last year, we saw the Stick of Truth saved from the toilet before hints at the boys' superhero alter egos coming into play in the next game. I want to see more of how this will come into play and what gameplay will look like this time around.
I've always been a sucker for the Halo universe from day one, with Halo really being my first ever console FPS that I just played over and over again with my friends and family. So anything in that universe I've always just hopped onto as quickly as possible, and Halo Wars is no different. Last year we got a small teaser trailer of Halo Wars 2 during the build-up of the hype for Halo 5. Now, I used to play a lot of Total War when I was younger, which was made by Creative Assembly, the same studio that is making Halo Wars 2. It'll be really cool to see some gameplay to see what they've done to the franchise, what new vehicles will be available, and who are the characters going to be that the game focuses on.
Say no to drugs, kids. No, seriously, say no to drugs or an elite squad of trained soldiers will come and take down your entire organization one by one. Yes, last year we saw the first trailer for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, and oh, it looked good. With the chance to team up with your friends and take down a massive drug cartel, you have lots of different choices. Be like Benny and going guns blazing, or be like me and go for the stealth approach. They were generous with what they showed us last year, with actual gameplay in the trailer showing us the different mission approach options available to players and even the consequences of leaving that one dude alive. Ha! There are knives in his hands, like literally in his hands, pinning him to the desk. Ow. This year I'd like to see even more gameplay, see if the game could also work well in single player, and maybe learn a little bit more about the cartel we'll be coming up against.
Biggest surprise attack in the history of the world.
One thing I'm excited to see is what this year's game from Infinity Ward, Infinite Warfare, has to offer. Infinity Ward, in my opinion, have created some of the best Call of Duty games, with COD 4 being one of those all-time classics, which is going to be making a comeback for next generation consoles with the COD 4 remaster, which is going to come with Infinite Warfare if you purchase certain versions of the game. Now at E3, I would love to see some actual Infinite Warfare gameplay. What are the movement mechanics going to be like? Is it going to be similar to Black Ops 3 or more boots on the ground like traditional Call of Duty games?
Back in April, I got to have a hands-on with Mafia 3, and oh boy, I can't wait for you guys to see more of this game. The game is set in New Orleans-inspired New Bordeaux, and I really enjoyed playing as Lincoln Clay and dealing with my rivals in construction sites around the downtown parts of the city. However, at E3, I'd love to see more of the map, such as the French Quarter and the Bayou of the 1960s, which will be a fantastically different collection of spaces to run around compared to things we've seen in games before. And I'd like to see what we have to do to take down the mob. Also, I want to know if we actually get to feed Italian mobsters to alligators, and exactly how we'll get to do that. Thanks.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want a dragon as a pet / sidekick / mount that you can fly around on? Well, duh, the answer is obviously yes. Last year we saw a little bit of gameplay as well as a bit of a sneak peek at the co-op feature within the game. So fingers crossed we get to see some new features that are going to be available in the game, along with getting to get a look at some gameplay for the co-op mode, because I can imagine some of the bosses you're going to come up against in that are going to be absolutely insane.
Last year's E3 saw a brief cinematic trailer showing us that after saving her in Dishonored, we'll get the chance to play Emily Caldwin as an adult in Dishonored 2. No longer Empress, she'll have similar abilities as Corvo, who is also returning as a playable character, and will be taking out the bad guys and girls to get her empire back. I'm hoping that Bethesda will reveal a little bit more about Emily's powers, and fingers crossed, have a bit of gameplay for us to see, pretty please? I'm also interested to see more of the city of Kamaka and how Arcane Studios will add the Dishonored touch to a Mediterranean setting. We've already seen blood flies, but what else will give it the bleak but mysteriously also quaint feel of the first game? I absolutely loved Dishonored, and I can't wait to see what fans of the series like myself can look forward to.
This is something I always nerd out over and freak out about, as I just love bits of technology and hardware, just like last year at the Xbox conference where they revealed the Elite controller, which completely took me by surprise. I'm also really excited to see what they do next. Will there be anything new to the Elite series? What other bits of hardware could they release? Let me know what you're hoping to see in the comments below.
Are you looking forward to more Sea of Thieves info? If your answer is not yar, then you seriously need to work on your pun reflexes. Rare described this game as the most ambitious game they've ever created, and last year we were treated to a gameplay footage-filled trailer showing a player exploring a tropical island before teaming up with 4 other players. Together, you can explore islands, collect treasure while fighting skeletons, force foes to walk the plank into a shiver of sharks, yes, that's the name of a group of sharks, and fight other ships in battles on the seas. I want to see even more stuff, and looking at the painting on one of the rocks in the trailer, it looks like we might be fighting a kraken or 2. So like, if that's happening, please, can we see? Rare, please. So those are the games we want to see more of at this year's E3. Let us know what you're excited for in the comments below, hit that like button and subscribe for way more cool E3 info in the next few weeks. Cool, yeah, no, I think we've covered everything. I mean, like, we've not missed some like massive game that would effectively make us look really bad. Oh wait!